tonight and remains in effect until 1 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. Daytime highs approaching 51 today under mainly sunny skies. Winds out of the west, 8 to 15 miles per hour. Get weather anytime by calling 824-6101 or online at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. Right now, 30.
WTIM.
You're listening to WTIM, your information station. Time now for your expanded local news. I'm Reed Kamai. Moweaqua is currently hurting and likely a nervous village with the resignation of the entire police force. Taylorville Daily News is working on uncovering a lot of the reasons why this has happened, but recently spoke with Shelby County Sheriff Brian McReynolds about the coverage and how they plan to keep the village safe in the meantime. Sheriff McReynolds has reassured villagers that in the time while they look to fill the police department with new staffing, Shelby County will be there to help.
We will respond to emergency calls there as we do when there is no Moweaqua officer on duty. In this particular case, there is no Moweaqua Police Department currently.
Sheriff McReynolds stated that there is work in progress on restaffing the department.
I was told that they have a person that we're interested in, they were going to be talking to.
Despite assistance from Shelby County, Moweaqua residents should still exercise caution and expect delayed response times. Sheriff McReynolds explained why that delay may happen.
We will respond to calls. There is the potential, because of the size of Shelby County, depending on where my deputies are at, they could have a delayed response.
Sheriff McReynolds and the Shelby County Sheriff's Office does have a plan in place for emergency calls as well.
An emergency, we're going to do, one, we're going to try to get there as quick as possible, or we're going to try to find some mutual aid assistance, whether that's coming from Christian County or Macon County or wherever we can get the closest unit there in the case of an emergency.
Taylorville Daily News has made multiple attempts to reach out to the current acting mayor who took over for Sean Conlon, who also resigned in late February. However, despite multiple attempts, Taylorville Daily News has not made contact and does not have any further details at this time. Phil Deal, the current assistant chief with the Stonington Police Department, is leaning on his lifelong ties to Christian County in his candidacy for Christian County Sheriff. He is running as a Republican with the primary election scheduled for Tuesday, March 17th. Deal previously served in the Sheriff's Department for a large percentage of his law enforcement career. He finds the current morale at the Sheriff's Department to be low and says he would step in to help the deputies he would oversee if elected.
The deputies, they got to worry about the administration as well as the public, for support. I would support the deputies 100%, the dispatchers, jailers, just support of the deputies is what I'm after.
What does that sort of support look like?
Just if they have a problem, if they're short out on the road, if they get backed up with calls, I'm not beyond getting in my car and going out and helping out, answering calls. The chief deputy that I would appoint would be the same way. He would be out there answering calls and taking care of business just with the deputies right alongside of him.
Deal calls for greater training for deputies regarding mental health and how to respond to incidents in which mental health and a risk of harm is involved.
It's concerning that you're pulling into that, and sometimes you're pulling into that by yourself. And, there's got to be more training in mental health. There's a family in Stonington that's got 3 profound autistic boys. And I never really realized how important training and autism go hand in hand. My biggest fear would be as a law enforcement officer getting into somebody, coming across them in the public and, not being able to recognize autism and end up getting into an argument or a scuffle with somebody, and better training could have solved that whole problem. And that's my biggest focus on mental health is just training, working with the health department. If there's any classes, and I've worked with LETAC and the Law Enforcement Training Center in Springfield, try to get classes on autism, and there's classes coming out trying to help law enforcement in that area.
A major focus of his candidacy has been on increasing cooperation with the sheriff's office and other agencies. He points to examples from his time currently with the Stonington Police Department.
The main focus of that would be unite the police departments in the county, work hand in hand with them, work Edinburgh, Morrisonville, Stonington, Taylorville, Pana, working with them guys, having meetings with them guys, once a month, maybe twice a month. Hey, what's your concerns? What do you need from us? What kind of resources can we better help you with? Training. I was lucky enough to organize a active high risk traffic stop training up in Stonington, Morrisonville, Assumption. We came. I even had an officer from Pawnee come, and it was very productive training.
Deal concluded by pointing to endorsements he has received from law enforcement officials and related organizations.
I believe I'm the best candidate for sheriff. I mean, I've got the endorsement of Taylorville's FOP Lodge 187. I've got the endorsement of the Christian County Sheriff's Office Lodge. Let's see, 237. I thought that's the number. And that's with the jailers, the telecommunicators, the deputies. I've got the most law enforcement support in this county. That should tell you who the best candidate for the sheriff is.
More information on elections in Illinois is available at the Illinois State Board of Elections website, elections.il.gov. Phil Deal appeared as a guest on the WTIM Morning Show. State Senator Doris Turner is pushing a measure aimed at expanding agriculture education across Illinois. Turner, a Democrat from Springfield, is sponsoring Senate Bill 3226, which would require the Illinois State Board of Education to prepare a statewide report on the availability of agricultural education programs. The report would examine current trends, challenges, and barriers to expansion, as well as opportunities to better align agriculture classes with workforce needs and post-secondary programs in agriculture and agribusiness. Turner says agriculture remains the economic engine of Illinois, and students should have greater awareness of the opportunities available in the industry. As chair of the Senate Agriculture Committee, Turner has previously supported measures to strengthen ag education that includes legislation allowing students to count participation in programs like FFA and 4-H toward required school hours, and a law ensuring agriculture teachers are compensated for additional hours worked. Senate Bill 3226 has now passed the Senate Education Committee and moves forward for further consideration. And now, a word from First National Bank in Taylorville and Can-Am.
I'm James Kirk, Vice President at First National Bank in Taylorville. I get it, switching banks sounds like a chore, but we make it easy. I've helped people and businesses move their accounts with less hassle than they've expected, and more personal service than they've ever gotten before. We've been here for nearly 70 years, a true community bank that's not going anywhere. If you're ready to make a change, we're ready to help. First National Bank in Taylorville, first every time for nearly 70 years. Member FDIC.
Hey y'all, it's Cody Archie from Bar 7 Ranch, Can-Am Ambassador here. It's been 20 years of 365 showing up each day with our Defender. We've got one ranch that keeps growing, 2 herds, a pile of chickens, 22 side hustles, and 62 DIY projects every week. That means 4,160 late nights and early mornings spent in our Defender, the most refined side-by-side yet. Check out the unstoppable Can-Am Defender at a dealer near you, and keep ranching.
Taylorville High School is set to bring the style of Elvis Presley to life later this month. Their spring musical, All Shook Up, will be presented the evenings of March 26th, 27th, and 28th at the junior high school. The final day also features a matinee performance. The performers and the team behind the scenes hope the thick plot and musical spirit will captivate audiences. Rainey Gosnell is the musical director. She says love triangles and a wide geographical range are part of the synopsis of the play as it will be presented.
This year, we are doing All Shook Up School Edition, which is based on the music of Elvis Presley. So really exciting, fun music. It's a very high energy show, a very comedic show. It is, in fact, labeled a musical comedy. So we're really excited about that this year. It is not about Elvis, though, funny enough. It is about another character Chad, which Caden will speak more on here in just a second, but he comes into town, he rolls from town to town, sort of causing a ruckus. So several different love triangles unfold and surprise the audience and the characters alike. But it's very fun, very upbeat, a lot of dancing, and a lot of surprises that we have to leave unshared for now.
Yes.
All of the songs are Elvis songs, either inspired by or songs that he actually released. So it's about Chad and not Elvis. So Chad does think he is very much of an Elvis type persona. He's very he tries to think he's very smooth, very good with the ladies, things like that, as Elvis would. But he's his own individual in a way as well.
Caden Finks and Kendall Mooring portray Chad and Natalie respectively. Chad is the traveler, while Natalie is one of the characters who meets him.
So Chad is just like any other normal motorbike, leather jacket wearing kind of guy, I'd say. And he definitely does not like to settle. He goes from town to town, just kind of doing his own thing, getting into some trouble. And then this town, something makes him stay.
You can expect from Natalie, she's a mechanic. She works on motorcycles. She lives with her dad. Her mom passed away. And she's stuck in this small town, doesn't know what to do with her life. And then Chad comes in, and she's just totally
shaken up, if you will.
Yes, shaken by him.
Both Mooring and Fink say they enjoy the experience of expression as someone else when on stage.
Mine started, was I 7th grade for Annie? And then last year, I played the role as Dorothy. When I'm on stage, I feel I like go into like another world. Like I don't know how to explain it. It's just like when I'm up on stage singing, I'm not even like in my own body. It's just I just love doing it.
So for me, growing up, I actually watched my two sisters in the musicals ever since I was like a little kid. I mean, they've been involved in those in many ways. And then for me, after I was able to finally join the musicals, it was kind of like what Kendall said. Whenever you're on the stage, there's no you're not nervous. There's no tension. Everything just kind of flows. Like you don't have to think about what you're going to say next. You just say it without even having to try. And it's fun.
Gosnell appreciates the social side of working in musicals and notes that it's an opportunity for those even with little skill in performing to hone it in the preparation process.
Yeah, I've been involved in one way or another pretty much my entire life as well. My mom enrolled me in PAVE camp with Springfield Theater Center, which is for kids in elementary school. And then I kind of just really fell in love with it from there. So I've done a lot of backstage stuff, a lot of onstage stuff. I think they both described it pretty well. It's a very fun experience. You're mostly just up there with your friends when the lights go out. So you're really able to connect with each other and just really have a good time. And I think some students get a little bit nervous about auditioning maybe because of the singing aspect. So they've like, oh, I can't sing. I've never sung in front of anyone before. But we're really open to the raw talent. We don't care if you've never sung before. We also don't care if it's terrible and you need some work. We're happy to work with you and really support you in that. But it's really not as scary as it seems once you're like fully immersed in it. And I do think we have a lot of fun.
The school is accepting sponsors who wish to financially support the efforts behind this musical and future ones.
So we have various levels of sponsorship this year, thanks to Mr. Schumacher. We're really excited about that. Starting at $50, the mid-level is $100, and then $250 plus gets you the like higher level of sponsorship. You can write a check directly to Taylorville High School with musical sponsor and the memo line. But that gets you a record up on the wall with your family or business name on it to be advertised during the performances. That way we can thank all of our wonderful sponsors. But we've had quite a few step forward so far, and we're really, really appreciative and thankful for their generosity this season.
Tickets are $15 for adults and $9 for K-12 students. They can be bought in advance at tcusd3music.booktix.com or at the door. More information on Taylorville High School and the performance is available at ths.tcusd3.org. Caden Finks, Rainey Gosnell, and Kendall Mooring appeared as guests on the WTIM Morning Show. Kiwanis members were informed on how to be efficient when it comes to energy at their Tuesday luncheon at the Taylorville Moose Lodge. Representatives from Ameren spoke on the many programs available to assist customers with energy efficiency. Energy efficiency offers significant benefits, primarily reducing energy consumption and reduced bills for consumers. Recent upgrades at the Christian County YMCA included all new LED lighting. This project was made more affordable with help from the Ameren, Illinois Energy Efficiency Program incentives. The Ameren representatives went on, stating that Ameren is looking at committing $140 million in energy efficiency projects in Illinois for 2026. Ameren has met with Taylorville Mayor Bruce Berry in an attempt to assess the needs of the community. Currently, Ameren is working on plans for upgrades for the Christian County Courthouse. Programs are available for both commercial and residential customers. For information regarding residential programs, visit AmerenIllinoisSavings.com/residential. To see discounts and rebates available on select energy efficient products, visit AmerenIllinoisSavings.com/products. Should you have any questions regarding these programs, you can call 866-838-6918. The Taylorville Kiwanis Club is part of a global organization of volunteers dedicated to improving the world one child and one community at a time. Weekly meetings are held Tuesdays at noon at the Taylorville Moose Lodge. For information on the club, go to TaylorvilleKiwanis.com or email the club at TaylorvilleKiwanis@gmail.com. Among the ag education efforts being highlighted in the state is the Illinois Junior Manners Conference. Manners is Minorities in Agriculture, Natural Resources, and Related Sciences. Luke Allen is a program advisor with facilitating coordination in agricultural education. The Illinois Junior Manners Conference is March 26th through the 28th at Freeport High School. Now to obituaries, which can be found at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. 75-year-old James Rowland of Glenarm died on Sunday. Visitation is today from 9 till 10:30 at South Fork Church in Rochester. The funeral service will immediately follow. Burial with military honors will be at Camp Butler National Cemetery. 87-year-old Shirley A. Fleming of Kincaid died on Sunday. Visitation is today from 9 till 11 at Masterson Funeral Home in Kincaid. A prayer service will immediately follow. Burial will be at Walnut Hill Cemetery. Funeral arrangements are being handled by Masterson Funeral Home in Kincaid. 70-year-old Deborah J. Radzamanowski of Taylorville died on March 4th. Visitation is today from 10 till 11 at McClure Funeral Home in Taylorville. The funeral service will immediately follow. Burial will be at Anderson Cemetery. Arrangements are being handled by McClure Funeral Home and Cremation Services in Taylorville. 98-year-old Dr. Ignacio del Valle of Taylorville died on Sunday. The funeral service is today at 1 at St. Mary's Catholic Church in Taylorville. Burial will be at Oak Hill Cemetery. Funeral arrangements are being handled by McClure Funeral Home in Taylorville. 89-year-old Lucy Mae Gideon of Roby died on Sunday. Visitation is today from 4 till 5 at Wilson Park Funeral Home in Rochester. A memorial service will immediately follow. Cremation rights have been accorded, and arrangements are being handled by Wilson Park Funeral Home in Rochester. 66-year-old Michael Joseph Zagoda of Taylorville died March 4th. Visitation is tomorrow from noon till 1 at St. Mary's Catholic Church in Taylorville. The funeral service will immediately follow. Arrangements are being handled by McClure Funeral Home and Cremation Services in Taylorville. 72-year-old Rebecca E. Grimes of Taylorville died last Thursday. A celebration of life is this Saturday at Calvary Baptist Church in Taylorville. Cremation rights have been accorded. 66-year-old Earl A. Cagle of Sherman, formerly of Edinburgh, died on Monday. Visitation is this coming Tuesday from 3 till 5 at Williamsville Christian Church in Williamsville. A memorial service will immediately follow. Burial will be at Edinburgh Cemetery at a later date. Funeral arrangements are being handled by Peasley Funeral Home in Lincoln. And 94-year-old Doris Long of Greenville, formerly of Sorrento, died February 18th. Visitation is April 18th from 11 till noon at Donald Wygand Funeral Home in Greenville. A celebration of life will immediately follow. Interment will be at Brown Cemetery. Arrangements are being handled by Donald Wygand Funeral Home in Greenville. Let's take a look at the weather. It is currently it is currently fair with a temperature of 30. Today we're expecting sunny skies and a high near 51, gusts as high as 17 miles per hour. Tonight mostly cloudy with a low around 41. Winds increasing to 20 to 25 miles per hour after midnight. Get local news anytime at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com and every hour right here